Welcome to A Moment with Mo. So, today, I wanted to share with you a story from my childhood growing up in Texas. I recall being outside playing, running around the house, and there were times my grandmother would have company, and we would try to come inside, maybe to get water or maybe to, as kids to ask her for something or whatever. And as we would go into the house, she would say, "Go on," as though to tell us to go on, meaning to go on go back outside and continue doing what we had been doing. So today, the word to you is go on. Go on. Go on with your life. Many people are anticipating, waiting on things to return to the way that it was prior to COVID-19, saying, "I can't wait till this is over. I can't wait till COVID is gone," or "I can't wait for things to get back to normal." But can I tell you on today that you need to go on? Go on and live in today. With the changes made in life, changes that have been made today, we should be evolving and going on. We should not be waiting on things to change or to get back to what we thought was a normal way of living. In the midst of this, we are failing to realize that God is always in control of all things. God knew that we'd be here. He knew that we'd be going through this transition. The key thing about that word transition is that it's a transition. It's something that we should be moving through. We need to be encouraged that whenever we're faced with transition, it is something to move through and not stay stuck in. Many people are stuck and stagnated in the place where we are waiting for this to be over with, waiting for 2021. God is saying on today for you to move forward and live in the now. If you have not decided to change and evolve in the midst of what is changing and evolving in the world, then something is wrong with you. If we take a quick look at the Israelites coming out of Egypt, many of them complained and wanted to go back when God was truly trying to take them to a new place. Many were looking back at what was comfortable. But this is a season where you need to continue moving forward into where God is taking you. So another person I'm reminded of in the Bible is Lot's wife. When we look at the story of Lot's wife, Lot's family had an angel come to them and tell them to get out of the city immediately because God was going to destroy the city and to not look back. As they were traveling out of the city, Lot's wife began to look back. She began to look back at her lifestyle, her money and her wealth that they were leaving behind in the city, her memories that they were leaving behind, the way things used to be. She kept looking back. Many of us are looking back at the past, looking back at the way things used to be, looking back at how church was a year ago, looking back at how shopping was a year ago, looking back at how us conversing with one another was a year ago or before the pandemic. But God is trying to lead and guide us to something fresh and new and into the future. So on today, as my grandmother would say, go on.